Back now with the Hampton man's demand for answers after his dog, which was accused of attacking people, was put down.
That's right. The problem, as we first told you about last week, is that the dog was euthanized before the case was determined and without the dog's owner being notified. 10 on your side's Andy Fox has been looking into what went wrong for about 3 weeks now. Andy?
Yeah, Anita and Tom, a lot of things went wrong. We've been investigating several errors made at the Peninsula Regional Animal Shelter that led to the death of Lucky. And as you'll see, a lot of those errors were right here on this piece of paper.
It's just sad, you know, she ain't deserve to die like that.
On February 2nd, Corey Warren let out his Rottweiler, Lucky. Lucky ran out of the yard through a side gate and bit Paulette Mullen, who was walking by.
The dog came charging at us, jumped up on me and bit me.
Mullen's husband, Lawrence, was not bit at this time, but court records show Lucky bit him in July 2014. So you denied it was your dog?
Right.
So when he says it wasn't my dog, you say? February 2nd, Hampton police filed 4 charges against Warren, including dog at large while attacking. Warren returns to court on February 16th and March 9th and confronts Hampton Assistant City Attorney Therese Price.
They wanted to continue it again. I said, ma'am, my dog has been in here over a month.
On March 9th, those in court have no idea that back on February 12th, the Peninsula Regional Animal Shelter in Newport News euthanized Lucky. She's dead. Warren eventually finds out that Lucky's dead on March 17th and calls shelter director Roger Isles.
He said, Mr. Warren, Lucky is dead. I said, didn't no judge give no consent to put her to sleep or nothing? And he was like, sir, it's totally our fault.
Warren wants to know, how could his dog, part of a criminal court case, be destroyed before the case is determined by a judge? Shelter director Roger Isles was unavailable, but Newport News City spokesperson Kim Lee, who had nothing to do with this incident, got us answers.
This was a tragic and unfortunate incident.
Lucky was in a kennel like these. You can see on the front of the cage kennel cards. Lee says Lucky was killed due to errors on the card.
So it was behind like this, and they did not take the paperwork out and look at.
Had someone unfolded the paper, they would see quarantine, bite, hold, court hold, has attacked 3 times. It's clear the dog should be held for a court hearing. But more mistakes, because it says no bite history.
But it's also there on a bite hold, so there was a bite.
And even more, the shelter indicates Lucky is a stray, but he's not. So when the quarantine was over on February 12th, a stray becomes the property of the shelter, and they themselves decided to put down Lucky.
Again, we deeply regret, and we are going to do everything we can to ensure that this does not happen again in the future.
Are you disappointed in that?
Yes.
The Mullins are disappointed with the errors we found.
Well, that's kind of sloppy work.
The Mullins are just happy Lucky's dead. But they aren't happy a charge against Warren was also dropped because the key piece of evidence, Lucky, had been destroyed.
That part disappoints me, that the guy didn't come up on charges because he had a criminal charge for that.
And then there's Corey Warren himself, who says he and Lucky were denied due process because Lucky was destroyed before a judge could properly decide the case.
I feel like they didn't have no regards for her life, like she meant nothing to nobody.
And the animal shelter is changing the way they do things. Kim Lee tells us Newport News is now holding training sessions at the shelter to make sure employees are fully aware of the procedures to make sure they know whether there are any more holds, including court holds, on animals. I'm Andy Fox, 10 on your side.